Today we're going to go back to Lightroom Mobile and we're going to work on a couple new editing tools for you in Lightroom Mobile. So let's go to your cell phone. Let's open up Lightroom Mobile. Once Lightroom Mobile is open, we're going to go to your color mode under your toolbar. Go ahead and open up your toolbar. And once you open up your color toolbar, you're going to see a display window on the bottom of your cell phone. At the very top corner in the left, you're going to see your black and white icon. What you want to do is open up this black and white icon, and what this function does is it converts your color photo into black and white. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and tap on your icon. Once that icon is open, your color photo will automatically be converted to black and white. Now, the one thing about converting to black and white, I like to make some little adjustments to my black and white so I can improve the quality of this file. So what I want to do now is go back, and I want to go into my toolbar, and I'm going to go into my toolbar and I'm going to select my light mode. So let's go ahead and go down to your toolbar and tap on your light icon, and let's go through your adjustments. Once your light icon is open, again, you're going to get a set of tools in your panel here. And the very first tool that you're going to come to is your exposure. So I will always usually make a little bit of adjustment. A lot of times I add a little exposure, because what happens when you convert from color to black and white, it gets a little bit dark and flat. So I will usually adjust my exposure a little bit. As you can see, you have a couple other adjustments here. You have contrast, and you have different adjustments you can make in your shadow, highlights, and whites. So let's go ahead and let's go through these different adjustments and make some minor adjustments till your black and white photo looks as good as you would like it. So let's go on to your next tool. As you can see, I've gone to my shadows, and what I'm doing is I'm bringing up a little detail in my shadows because I want to see a little bit more detail so it doesn't go too dark or too black. And let's go on and check out a couple more adjustments. Normally what I like to do, as well as when your black and white gets converted, as I was saying, it normally gets a little bit flatter, so I like to give it a little bit more contrast. You can see here I've increased my contrast to about 7. So I will usually increase it till my contrast looks nice and rich. Let's go on to your next slide. And as well, I will add a little bit more exposure to my whites so that my white's a little bit cleaner, so it doesn't look so muddy or so flat looking. Let's go to your next slide. Once this is complete, I can now go back and I can always scroll all the way over to the very far left side of my toolbar, and I can reset my photos. And so for this particular assignment, I'm going to go and reset it because the next tool I want to go over is your watermark. Let's go to your next slide. Once you hit this reset, you're going to get another window that opens up that asks you, what do you want to reset? You can either make a decision whether you want to just reset your adjustments, all of your settings, or these other options to import or to open. So I always select my all section because I want to totally clear all my settings and go back to the original photo. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and clear your settings. And so what I want to do before I get into watermarking, sorry, I kind of jumped ahead. I want to go into your presets, which are again on your toolbar. And once you find your presets on your toolbar, this panel opens up with all these different options of actually changing your photo to these different preset settings. And this is nice because now instead of going through and manually making all these adjustments, you can hit these default presets that are automatically loaded into Lightroom and again play around with some different effects to add or enhance your photos. Just go ahead and try that. Um, Again, I went through and scrolled through my settings and I decided to look at this aged photo. As you can see, I selected the aged photo and you can see it converts it to almost like a sepia black and white version, which is real interesting. Let's go to your next slide. Once I've picked my selection that I like, and this is something you're going to do, which is automatic. We're going back to one of our first weeks when we talked about exporting and sharing your photos. And in Lightroom, this should be something that you're automatically doing. So once I've changed my photo to the way I like it, you want to go up to the very top of your panel here, and at the top of your window, you're going to have another toolbar that's going to give you some options. We're going to go to our file share. So go ahead and click on your file share. And once we do that, you're going to get this other option with your options on the bottom. And we want to export as, because once we get into export as, you now have some options in how you want to rename and how you want to convert your files and how you want to save them. Just go ahead and select the export as. And as I was saying, once we open up our export as, you should automatically have your JPEG file selected. Again, I've got my file size converted to small just so we have a smaller version here for us to work with. My image quality is always at 100%. Right underneath your last tab, your image quality, you have your include watermark tab. So make sure you click on this and move your enabling button over to the right. When you do that, your watermark tool will be enabled, turn to blue. Once that's done, now you have the option to customize your watermarks. Let's go to the next window and look at how we can do that. So again, you're going to click on the customize option. Once you click on the optimize option, customize option, sorry, you're going to get your panel that's going to open up and you're going to have some different settings that you can set on your options. So we want to go ahead and again, because it's a watermark, we want to go ahead and select the text. So go ahead and select the text. And once you select the text, now you have an option to select the text for your watermark. What's nice about this watermark option, it automatically comes with this copyright icon, which is great. And again, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and input your last name as your watermark. And you can see I have my name, which I go by Moya Photographics. Once you have that, go ahead and select that. And again, what's nice about this watermark option in Lightroom, you have some other options to customize your text and add some shade or some shadow, and you can actually adjust where you want your watermark on your photo. So I always like to bring it in a little bit from both the left side and from the bottom so that when it gets outputted, in case it gets cropped, I'm not going to lose my watermark. So you can see I've set my horizontal and my vertical insets to 3. And you can inset them a little bit more if you want. It's up to you, but 3 is a pretty good positioning. So once that's selected, we are going to go to the top of your window. And again, as you finish customizing your exporting as functions, you always have to click this little check. Once you click this check, it's going to save all your settings so that you can output this and upload it. Let's go to your next slide. Once you've clicked on that, now you're going to go back to your sharing option, and you're going to have this window that's going to give you some options. Where do you want to share your photo? And again, you're going to email it back to your own email so that it can go back to your computer, and then you can upload it to me on Canvas. So in a nutshell, that's pretty much what we're going to be going over this week. And your assignment for this week, we are going to choose one of your photographs, convert it to black and white, and maybe play around with some presets and send it to me for your assignment for this week. So I shall talk to you later.